Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time it's going to be something different. I hope we can make a series of that. It's going to be a Warhammer 40K campaign. We are going to play three. We are going to be three players. One with Renegade, Astra Militarum. So I use the Astra Militarum book. There will be one army with Tau, and then will be an army of Salamanders. So we are going to use the Urban Conquest rules. They look very interesting. They look quite promising. So we are going to use that and we adapt this for three players. So the first thing we adapt is the setup of the territories. Instead of making three boxes in each corner, we just did, as you can see here, one side two armies, and then the opposite side this T-shape for the other army. And in the first battle we are going to fight for the yellow. So the winner of the first battle is going to be all against all in a battle. We are going to have the three armies together, and we are going to fight for this yellow thing. The green are the Salamanders, the blue are the Tau, and the red are the Renegade Guard, the ones I'm playing. So let's talk about the first battle. We are going to play a three players battle. So we use the rules from the rule book, but we did some small modifications. So this is the battlefield. It's quite dense, a lot of buildings. And here is how we split the battlefield. So we split in from the center. You can imagine one side is split in two, and then it's in an angle of 120 degrees. So in a way that more or less the three armies have a front to each other. So the mission we are going to play, if you hold the middle objective at the end of the round, sorry for the misspelling there, you get 1 point. Then we are going to use 3 cards of milestone, okay, of the master missions. And we add Fire Strike and Warlord Kill. So these are the objectives on the table. Okay, we put them before deploying. So the ones in the middle and all the other yellow points are the other objectives from the milestone mission. And this is how we have deployed. Okay, the green is the Salamanders. The red is the Renegade Guard, and the blue is the Tau. So these are going to be the three regions where we are going to deploy. And the yellow is the area with the central objective. You cannot deploy less than 9 inches from the middle objective. These are the armies that we are going to play. What is my army? The Renegade Guard army. I don't go into detail. So mainly I have 2 units of 3 demolition, 1 unit of 3 demolishers, 3 Lehman Russes. And then I have 2 chimeras and some infantry units. Here we have, these are my HQs and one of the elite. This is an astropad, the one yeah. And then here we have all the armies. All the armies are painted, so it was a very nice battle. All armies painted, and we have the terrain at least nice. Most of the terrain painted. So we go for deployment. And here we see, so the Tau have deployed almost everything together in one of the buildings in the middle of his deployment zone. I try to cover as much as I can my deployment zone. So I put the demolishers quite close to my opponent, as the range of the demolishers is very short, threatening the Tau. And then I keep the Lehman Russes more at the back. I try to use all my terrain so to avoid that the deep strike units can deploy in between my lines. Here we see another picture. All the Salamanders, most of the Salamanders are in a building, and then he has 2 scattered units close by the objective. So the building you see at the bottom of the picture, the big one is full of Salamanders, and then there are 2 units on ruins. Sorry for the picture, the light is not the best, but yeah, this is the deployment. You see another picture of the deployment. Here we see another one from the other side, as I said. So as you can see, I concentrate a lot of my tanks at the back. And then, yeah, I have also my command tank is going to be my warlord. And yeah, we are ready for the battle. And this is the building I was explaining that is full of salamanders. Here we have a unit of devastators, a unit of centurion devastators. And there is a captain, there is a apothecary, there is a degbone, there is a tactical squad. So a lot of marines in this area. And this is some pictures of my tanks. And pictures of the Tau. This is how they are around the building. So trying to find some fortified areas where to deploy. So just for enjoyment, I'm passing these pictures because I think this is nice to see. And we can enjoy some pictures of painted armies on the battlefield. Okay. Sorry if there is not too much action here, but I think it was worth it to share. Yeah, just leave in the comments below what do you think, and if you like this battle setup, and what do you think of the armies. I will not go in detail into the armies. I think here is more interesting to see how it works. It's more, as I said, it's not going to be a competitive game. It's really, we are using an open play scenario, and on top is modified. So we go to the round one, and let's see how all this evolves. So round one, in this mission, when you play multiplayer, there are some rules that are changing. And one of the interesting things is here, the initiative, it's roll every round, okay? So you can have a double turn if you're lucky. So like in Age of Sigmar. So there is not fixed initiative. So in this first round, the Tau had the initiative. And yeah, and the Tau just, in his shooting phase, in his first round, he destroyed 2 units of Space Marines and 1 of my demolishers. So you see here the demolisher, the first demolisher was destroyed, and then on from the Space Marines he destroyed 1 unit of tactical marines and 1 unit of I think it's called the ones with the bolter. Okay, the Primaris Marines with the bolter. I don't remember the name. I think are the intercessors. And then the next ones were the Space Marines, and the Space Marines also did quite interesting shooting against me, and they destroyed my tank commander. So my vanquisher was destroyed by the Centurions, and the rest, not by the Centurions, sorry, it was destroyed by the Devastators. The Centurions did some wounds on my vanquisher with the tank commander, and then the Devastators finish him. Centurions were quite unlucky in the shooting, and the rest of his shooting did not do too much damage. So mainly he was focused on killing one of my warlord to get this point for the battle, and also for the campaign. It's giving you a glory point in the campaign. And then it came my turn. I just advanced, as you can see there, with the chimeras. I went to hold the middle objective, and I also had to hold the enemy, the objective in enemy terrain. So I went for, I just advanced to get the points for my objectives. And then in the shooting phase, I destroyed, I think was the hammerhead with the rattling cannon. And then I killed some fire warriors, and I put some wounds on the Goskill. And this is the situation. So a little bit of shooting. I lost 2 tanks from my side. The Space Marines lost a couple of squads, and the Tau lost the hammerhead, and he had some wounds and some losses on the fire warriors. So I think I'm the one maybe that I lost the most points. But all in all, I started looking quite balanced the game, and yeah, this was how it was looking like the battlefield at the end of the turn 1. So here you see the Tau just moved very little. They were staying quite around this build. Yeah, this is I did not advance too much with my demolishers. I just wanted to be in range to shoot and to do not to expose too much in my demolishers. I just exposed my chimeras that in the middle, just to get the points. I wanted to go for early points in this battle. So more pictures. This is one I like to make pictures just for all to enjoy. And these are the scoring. So the Tau did 4 points, the Renegades did 5 points, and the Salamander did 3 points on this first round. Not bad for a first round. It's quite a lot of points. Most of us did at least one of the cards. I did the 3 cards that they had. I think the Tau did 2. The Salamanders did 1, and they killed the Warlord and the first strike. So all get the first strike. So quite a good amount of points for first round. So and then with that we go to the round 2, and the Tau had the initiative again. So the Tau, just this time the Tau advanced more, and they concentrate the fire on my tanks. Okay, so he did some scatter damage. On my 2 chimeras, so he damaged my chimeras, and he almost killed this demolisher, but he did not manage to kill. Even all the fury of the Tau shooting on this demolisher did not manage to kill the demolisher, and it's because I used the stratagem to give +1 to the armor. But the Space Marines were more devastating. So the Space Marines, they advanced, they came from reserve, the Terminators, and yeah, and this time between the the Centurions and the Heavy Squads, they killed one of my Chimeras. They damaged some of my Lemon Russes, and on top they killed the squad that was inside of the Chimera. So they killed the veterans with the plasma guns, and they killed the Astropath. So they did more damage, and they were clearing up the middle of the battlefield. As well here, the Terminators arrive from Deep Strike. This is why I have this lining there. The Terminators arrive from Deep Strike. They charge against my the unit that I have there on Imperial Guard, and they destroyed them all. Then I came my turn. Okay, so I decide to keep pushing here. I had to hold. I push here a lot now because I need to take the objective that was there. What you see, my demolition. So on the top floor there was objective. Just going there, I was in range of the objective. So I advanced with the demolisher that is almost killed. So he was only with 4 wounds remaining. So because I give 1 wound back to be able to increase the movement, I kill all the fire warriors that were on top to be able to control this objective. And mainly this was all the damage I managed to do, because this tank after advancing, he need 7s to hit anything, so he was not able to shoot. So I decided to put smoke and protect him from the next round of shooting. In the middle, I place again. I put again the Chimera. I advanced to hold to take 3 objectives. I was needing to have 3 objectives in total to have supremacy. And because I have lost the objective in my backward because of the Terminators, I decided to go for. I thought that was easier to get the objective in the Tau deployment zone with my Demolisher. So I just move and advance. As you can see, the Chimera went into the Space Marines and deployment zone. And here I just ran away from the Terminator. So I ran with the Commander, I ran with the Lemon Russes, and I left behind the Mortars just as a unit to entertain a little bit more Terminators and give time to my tanks and my Commander to run away from this area. Yeah, and this is the advancing, so I managed to score the supremacy, the 3 objective. I managed to score all my 3 objective again, all my 3 cards. I don't remember exactly what cards I have, but yeah, I managed to control the different objectives. So with that, we went at the end of the turn 2 with 4 points for the Tau. The Tau did not manage to score. He scattered, I think, too much the shooting, and he didn't manage to kill my Demolisher, neither my Chimera. So he was scoring by killing a vehicle, and he didn't manage to score that. I managed to score all my objective, and I jumped to 11 points. But the Salamanders also scored a lot of points, and they jumped from 3 to 8 points. So this is quite a good amount of points. So we are at now at this score 4-11-8, and we go with that to round 3. So this we are round 3 of the battle, and here is where my army started to crumble. Again, the Tau had initiative, and this time the Tau did not fail, so they killed another of my demolishers, they killed the remaining Chimera, and they also did some damage to the 2 squads that I have in this Mechanicum sector that is there on the battlefield that you can see this problem. So all this is damage that the Tau did to me. And I'm not sure. No, the Tau also shoot on the Rhino, where we have Vulcan and the veterans inside, and he also shoot to the assault squad, but he did nothing to the Space Marines. No, then it came my turn. Sorry here that you see the movement of the Space Marines, but in reality it was my turn before. In my turn, I managed to. I was quite injured at this time, so I tried to kill the assault squad. I did not manage to kill the assault squad. I also tried to kill the Rhino in my turn. I did not manage to kill the Rhino neither, so I did damage to the assault squad. I did damage to the Rhino. And then the unit that was in the Chimera and was forced to disembark in the previous turn, they just advanced against the Fire Warriors and try to kill them. We get engaged in combat, even with the Commissar. I only managed to kill one Fire Warrior, and I get stuck there. And then the other ones, they were out of range to shoot on the Rhino, either on the assault squad. They killed the 2 drones that was coming with the commander of the Tau. But here you see in the middle, the Space Marines start having control there. And then when it came to the turn of the Space Marines, this was really devastating for me, and as well for the Tau a little bit. So they killed the 2 tanks, the 2 Lehman Russes I have surviving. So no more Lehman Russes for me, only I have 1 Demolisher with 3 wounds remaining. Okay. And then he also killed some drones, and I think he killed as well, if I'm not wrong, he killed the Riptide at this point. So yeah, we fight too much between the Renegades and the Tau. The Space Marines were observing and just killing the 2 crumbling armies. And here at the back, as expected, the Terminators just finished the mortars. Although the mortars did the heroic point and they killed 1 Terminator with the Overwatch fire. And this is another anecdotic point. So he assault with the suit, the Tau suit, and with the tank. He assault on my Demolisher, and we are doing 0 damage to each other. So they are in combat. Here I used to have 2 Lehman Russes, and on top 2 units of 10. Now I only have 1 surviving sergeant on the top and 2 or 3 Imperial Renegade Guards at the bottom of the building. Here in the middle is where the Renegades are fighting against the Fire Warriors. And he just moved all the Space Marines there to hold some objectives. So at the end of this turn, the Tau scored 3 points more, so they are on 7. I did not manage to score a single point because my cars were really useless, so I was stuck with 11 points. And the Salamanders managed to score 3 more points. They are 11 as well as me. So we are 7, 11, 11, and with that we go to round 4. But if you see, I just have some Renegade Guards running on the battlefield and a Demolisher with 3 wounds, so it's not looking very well for the Renegades. So we go to the round 4. Here we are in the round 4, and in this round 4 the Space Marines had initiative. Okay, so he just moved to have full control of the middle of the battlefield. Okay, and then he just shoot and start killing more and more. He killed the drones and killed other things. Here we see he has the control there in the middle. The combat there, the close combat there between the Riptide, the Ghost Kill and the tank of the Tau against my tank is nothing is happening there, so there is a useless combat. In the middle, the assault Space Marines also went into the combat there in the middle. So they kill some Fire Warriors and Renegades. So you see they go there and they will kill some Fire Warriors and Renegades. So this is a big melee of 3 armies there. Here the close combat on 3 players is quite radical because you play in all the turns. So there is much more close combat than sometimes than shooting. But we did not have a strong close combat army here. Any of the 3 were all of the 3 armies were more focused on the shooting. So you can see now this is an overview of the battlefield. It looks quite empty. A lot of the robots and a lot of the things were killed at this point. Okay, now overview. And then it went to the turn for the Tau, and the Tau decided to disengage from the combat with the Demolisher to try to shoot against the Space Marines and to try to clean up as much as they can of the Space Marines. I forgot to mention the Space Marines at this point kill the broadsides. They assault the broadsides in the previous turn, and in this turn they finish completely the unit of broadsides that were defending the objective in his deployment zone. So yeah, the Tau have lost the Riptide, the Tau have lost the broadsides, the Hammerhead, so he still have the Commander and the Ghost Kill and the tank that is against my Demolisher. But you can see all the Fire Warriors are almost annihilated as well on all the fronts. And then, yeah, he disengaged from the combat as well with the Fire Warriors and tried to hold the objective that is there in the middle. So here he tried to move the Ghost Kill also to support there in the middle, and he moved the Tau to go for the objective in the middle, try to score this middle objective. Yeah, these are all the remaining. Now he's trying to kill the veterans that is in his deployment zone. So the tanks, his tank and his Fire Warriors will start shooting on these veterans and Vulcan that is there in his deployment zone. And then it came my turn, and because he killed some of my Renegade Guard, I disengaged them, just killing the ones that were in contact with the Space Marines. So I was able to move an assault into the Fire Warriors. This was all what I can do. So I only have my 1 Commissar, this a small unit of Renegades, and I think that's all what I was remaining. And my Commander is still alive, and the Demolisher. The Demolisher did nothing because if I move, I cannot shoot. I need 6s. So if I move with heavy weapons, I need 7s. So I just decided to remain stationary and shoot the tank they have in front. Not much to do here. And then with my Renegade Guard, I just went to the middle objective and scored 1 additional point for holding the middle objective at the end of the turn 4. And that's all for me. So this was quite devastating. Here I want to show you this building was full of broadsides. There was the Riptide where Fire Warriors. Now this building is controlled by the veterans of the Space Marines and Vulcan, but then all these veterans were shot by all the rest of the army of the Tau and reduced to only 2 veterans and Vulcan. So we go to the round 5, and these veterans were annihilated. Okay, so in the round 5, the Space Marines have the initiative in round 5. They score some more points, but at the end, these Marines were annihilated by the Tau. Here in the middle, nothing else happened, so this tank, the blue tank of the Tau, shoot onto the Space Marines to annihilate them. My Demolisher did not manage to do more damage. It's almost destroyed. In the middle of the battlefield, my Renegade Guard is going to be completely obliterated by the Space Marines, and the Space Marines will claim the control of the middle of the battlefield. And this was all the end. So yeah, my army was completely crumbling at the end of the battle. And the final score is Tau have 9 points, my Renegades have 12 points, and the Salamanders 19. So this was a good victory for the Salamanders. I think we engaged too much between the Tau and the Renegades, ignoring a little bit too much the Space Marines, and the Space Marines arrived as of the second, third turn, and really between the Centurions Devastators that were still intact, and with Devastators they start almost destroying one vehicle or two vehicles per turn, and really they did a lot of damage to us. As well, the veterans wipe out the broadsides, so it was, yeah, I think it was quite well played by the Salamanders. So it was a very interesting battle. I really enjoyed. I think was really thinking what you have to do. Although it's maybe people will think it's not balanced, but it's very interesting to play this game, to play these games, and I really, it really was a fun, a very fun time. So I really enjoyed. I had a very good memory of this battle, and at the end we see here final score. It's not that bad. So Salamanders 19, Renegades 12, and Tau 9 points. And that's all. Yeah, we arrived here to the final. I will try to do more battle reports of this campaign. I will show you the map of the campaign, how this is evolving. I hope you find this interesting. And please leave in the comments below what do you think about if you have played an Urban Conquest campaign, yes or no. And what do you think about the rules. What do you think as well as the rules for multiplayer, for more than 2 players that we use in this battle. And that's all for now. As usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.